while we're recording, I'm going to try to refrain from reading comments. BT dubs. We might have like a segment towards the end of the episode where we just kind of go through our chats and talk about any significant things. Or if you have like a comment that is actually related to what we're talking about, then maybe we'll like call you out and say, yeah, that's a good point. But usually people watching this aren't actually playing A Link Between Worlds, because who's playing A Link Between Worlds today? So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we are. The three of us. We're going through it.
That's right.
It's a good game.
I respond to the chat by body language. Like if someone says hi, I'll be like,
yeah, gestures, great. We're not at a level where we have like super chats or anything, but maybe we'll come up with a way to incorporate that if we ever get that big. But yeah,
no Taterland song going to be happening.
No, we have those things. We have those things turned off. No Taterland chats. I'll leave some of this in here just so people know, like, hey, we're doing this live. These are our ground rules for that. So, anywho. Welcome to the A4NB4Y podcast, the Legend of Zelda theme podcast, where we are going chapter by chapter through the game. This week we are covering the Tower of Hera in A Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. I'm Ryan Fonzie, a mug with a Pikachu on it, and with me, as always,
I'm Anthony, and I'm trapped on a mountain. Help me, help me.
Cameron, and I'm a Pokemon trainer with 5 Pokemons.
Saving room for that fave? Or is your fave already in the party?
Actually, if I could tilt my camera up just a little, I have Rayquaza hanging on my ceiling, but you can't see Rayquaza.
Oh, okay. We let him fly free.
Chilling.
He don't like the Pokeball, turns out. What Rayquaza wants, Rayquaza gets. That's how that goes.
That is how that goes.
All right, guys. So we're here. We're in Hyrule. We've chatted with Ravio. We went and we watched the demise of Asfala last time we were playing. And now we are on our way to find some more pendants. Sahasrarla gave us a mission, said you got 1 pendant already. That's great, because I was afraid it was locked up. Turns out it's not, but there's 2 more out there. Let me mark your map. You got to go get these guys. So due to some communications on our end, I know we were going to do the Temple of Gales first, decided quick pivot. We're going to do Tower of Hera instead first. And so we got to climb that mountain. I mean, we remember this from A Link to the Past. This was like way more involved, I feel like, in A Link to the Past. Like there was a whole sub story with this old dude that you had to escort up the mountain, and it was crazy. This time we got something a little more straightforward. Can't say that I dislike straightforward in some cases, but if we go the way we normally would have gone, you come up to a cave and realize there are rocks in my way. Not major rocks, just tiny little, like normally I should be able to lift these kind of rocks. Right. And we just don't have the strength. And so
Little baby Link,
too weak to lift a rock. And so we go north a little bit to where I think it was woodcutters in A Link to the Past. Yeah, the woodcutters area. And instead what we find is a house with a big old, like, a hole jammed through the top of it. Seems like a rock from the mountain has come down and crushed into this dude's house. And so we go inside and we have this conversation with Rosso. Is that right? Rosso?
Yeah,
Rosso?
Rosso.
Okay.
Rosso works. I don't know how.
Rosso. The man's brolic. He looks like he's part Goron. Like he's just insanely big.
Speaking of that, I am convinced this man is either a hybrid, part human, part Goron, or he has some connection. Maybe he went to university at Goron University or something, because he's got a belt buckle with the Goron symbol on it. So either he really likes Gorons, or he's got some ancestry with the guy. I mean, he looks like a Goron.
He's like the Hagrid of this game, just half giant, just ready to rock.
Pretty
All
much.
right.
I mean, he does work with rocks a lot, and Goron's like the rock, so I mean...
He does. I'm not entirely sure what his profession is. I don't know. Is he a miner, or is he a smith, or is he everything? Okay, he's a blacksmith.
Oh, no, sorry. He's not a blacksmith. He's friends with the blacksmith. Said that wrong.
He's probably a miner.
He's probably a miner.
He has a mine.
He was like, yeah, these rocks here are pretty great, but I'm really more of a fan of the rocks with the ore in them. So, you know, maybe you'll find some of those. Right now, I can't get up the mountain or something. I think he says like the mountain's too active, like the volcano's active, so he's not going up right now. Something along those lines. He has a reason for not climbing the mountain, even though that is where his mine is located. And then I think he tells us to throw a rock and then realizes we're too weak to throw rocks. And he's like, listen, I feel for you. You're going to need these. And he like gives you his own gloves. He's like, sometimes guys like us just need to throw rocks. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I guess. So we don't even communicate that we need these because we're like on a special mission or anything. We just meet this guy and he immediately is like, here you go. Like, you found me. This was meant to be. I'm going to give you these gloves.
I love his like dialogue too. He's like, I can't stand to see a nice kid like you not be able to throw your weight around. Right. Cool. He just gives us those things. I was like, all right, this guy's a nice guy.
Cameron is deploying early 2000s internet cheat codes right now.
Oh.
By including a cat in the VOD.
Kitty cuddles.
He came up. I can't help it.
This will be its own clip.
I mean, it just can't be a Zelda game unless we get a pair of gloves that, like, makes us stronger somehow. Like, the gloves make the man. So, you know, now we got our gloves that made the man.
Sometimes it's bracelets. Sometimes it's gloves. Sometimes it's both. You get both in the same game. Link is empowered by the apparel in this one.
See, he was always strong enough to pick up the rocks, but he was just worried about hurting his hands, you know, his sword swinging hands. You can't save the dynasty if you hurt your hands. So now that we're not going to get scraped by the rocks on our poor delicate hands, like, we good.
Yeah, you can't be roughing up your hands throwing rocks, man. You got to wear your PPE. It's important. Got to wear your cut gloves. My goodness, we lost Cam for a second there. All right, so we get these fantastic gloves, and we're able to enter the mountain. There's like some pathways. I mean, we're immediately faced with mini Moldorms, which is like pretty harsh foreshadowing to what's to come, because, you know, this is the Tower of Hera after all. So if we remember A Link to the Past, like, we might be noticing that an old friend is likely to revisit. And as we make our way up, I mean, we come outside, and what I thought was interesting about this is when you first get onto the mountain proper, the camera pans up, and you can see that Spectacle Rock in this game is the active part of the volcano. Like, a lot of the Zelda games have this Spectacle Rock that's just like two circular rocks connected in the middle, and usually they're dormant and just like a plateau that you can try to find your way up to or whatever. This one, they're spewing lava, and they're actually where all the rocks are coming from. So that was an interesting change. I don't know if that's going to mean anything to us yet. Like, maybe it will later in the game, but because we're not even told that it's a landmark. It's like old Zelda heads just know that that's what that is. And so it kind of shows us like, hey, it's not just random rocks falling. Like, here's where they're coming from. Usually the games don't bother to tell us that, but we get that. And then we get a very familiar layout. That's like these little lizard monsters that turn into rocks when you hit them.
They're dead rocks.
Right. Well, if you have the proper tool, they'll be dead rocks. Or I think if they get hit by a falling rock, they can get taken out too. I don't remember if I saw that actually happen.
They have to be in stone form,
right?
Though, for the rock to take them out.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's one of the cool things about this, that the rocks can damage anything. In fact, there's friendly fire with the enemies in this game, which I didn't really notice until this one too, like this dungeon. Which is cool. Like, definitely not a normal thing for a Zelda game for the enemies to have friendly fire. I mean, I think it was a thing in Wind Waker, but most other games, they don't have that. Like, they don't even collide with each other a lot of the time.
Nice touch, for sure.
But yeah, big brown mountain, bunch of falling rocks, bunch of little jumpy enemies and runny enemies all over. It's a death mountain. Any additional thoughts? Any enlightenment that you've come to on this mountain face?
Lots of this mountain made me rich. These rocks made me rich.
A lot of good money in these rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting detail. Like, some of the rocks would actually smash when they hit the ground in a way, and like some of them would come down and be just full of rupees, which was cool. Also, some rocks on the ground will sparkle green, and if you go up to those ones and hit them with your sword, they like spit out rupees, which I didn't know at first. I was like, what is this rock? I picked it up and it stopped glowing. And I was like, well, that's not what I was supposed to do.
The same thing.
I'm like, maybe it's still special. It doesn't look like it. So I threw it against the wall. Nothing came out of it. I was like, I did something wrong here. Like, clearly there's something here I'm missing. I don't know what it is. I figured it out eventually. Yeah. There was
I don't really have anything to add here. Just money rocks. I mean, as soon as we go into the next one, there's going to be a lot more of those rocks with rupees stuck in them that are lucrative.
Straight up Donkey Kong. By the way,
it is Donkey Kong. You know, like, and here's the thing. Like, before I went to any of these dungeons, I went back to Ravio, right? Or like before I came to the mountain, I went to Ravio. Dude has fully set up shop. Like, instead of just him standing in the middle of your regular house, he has put tables lining the outside of the room, and covered each one with several items available for rent. Notably, the sand rod spot is just a placard that says that this is in use currently, which we know Asfala is stuck in a painting with it. So that makes me think that if we're ever going to get the sand rod, it's going to mean we have to save Asfala first. I don't know when or how that happens. I don't remember this game well enough to like spoil that for myself, which I'm happy about. But it clearly, something has to happen. Maybe we just take the rod out of the painting and leave it in there. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Likewise,
also gives us a little hint that there's 2 items on sale. I wonder if those could be
important
to something there now.
Right. So I think the hook shot and the hammer, right? Are those the 2?
No, it's the Gale. The Gale.
Oh, the Gale rod. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Although the hook shot's also very useful right now, as are bombs.
So I just bought the place out. I rented everything.
Yep.
And so the important tool for this bout, we could probably just spoil it here. It's the hammer. The hammer is the tool for this dungeon. When we finally do make it to the dungeon, there are hammer signs out on the front porch. So Ravio's putting up his signs everywhere, because I'm pretty sure that, these signs weren't up before he came around with his shop. So, sneaky guy. He got all my rental money anyway. So yeah, we continue up this mountain. There's a few random spots where you can like get some extra rupees or find some extra paths. Definitely like found a 50 rupee, like you had to jump down into a doorway. And I was worried because I was like, will I even load into the doorway, or will I just hit the wall and fall? But Link actually catches the lip of the door, and then it's actually a tunnel through the rock that you can kind of walk up and get 50 rupees for that. I'm finding that a lot of the secret ways just lead to rupees, because rupees are actually important in this game. But it feels weird now, because Ravio, though he has his whole shop set up, he's not letting you buy anything yet. Everything is just for rent right now. I found that to be kind of frustrating, because I'm like, I have all of this money. I would like to buy something. Like, I actually don't want to rent all of these. And he's like, yeah, this is a rental shop. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, cool, Rabio. So, yeah.
There's also like a lot of, and I don't remember where I found these. I think I've been in 4 now, but I know that one is accessible like pretty early on somewhere. It's like the treasure hunter caves.
Oh, yeah.
Them, and there's this dude who's like, there's this way that you can do this, and this is the exact way you can do it. I just don't know if I have the stones to do it. Oh, man, I'm going to get that treasure. And then he tells you exactly the solution. You need every single treasure hunter cave to get the treasure. It's always 100 rupees, which is really nice. And it's kind of like a mini shrine almost. Like, Breath of the Wild. I think it's pretty good. These
are shrine puzzles for sure. I've definitely, I mean, the first one was the treasure hunter we talked about by the Eastern Palace, where it was just like a staircase of moving blocks. Mm-hmm. There was one here where you had to like platform all around a room, like kind of slipping between the walls and hitting switches in order to make everything work, which was cool.
Yeah, took a little bit of time.
Yeah, it took a while to do. I definitely fell a few times and was distracted. So, things did not.
It was good practice.
Work out every time.
But the Tower of Hera coming up, because there's a lot of the similar elements there.
Yeah, these treasure hunters. I mean, they're definitely fun. I kind of wish that there was like heart pieces attached to them, but it seems like they're all just 100 rupees. So, if anything, that does add the level of it being optional. Like if you go in, you're like, oh, it's a treasure hunting room. I can either have fun with this and engage with it, get my 100 rupees, feel happy, or, hey, you know what? It's just rupees. I don't got to do this right now. Walk away without feeling anything.
Rupees.
Yeah. Not a big deal.
That's how I'm measuring everything that costs rupees in this game now, is like, how many bees is this worth? And they're like, oh, that'd be 100 rupees. I'm like, you want 2 bees for this thing right now? Really?
You want me to pace across one town twice? Are you kidding me? No. I mean, when you get more bottles, it's less times, but still, like, that seems pretty cheap, actually. Like, everything in the game is pretty cheap in terms of bees, I would think, but
it's true. Bees are great.
When I went to go start bee hunting tonight, just to get me closer to 5,000, I have 3 bottles at this point. You're not allowed. You can't have 3 bottles at this point unless you do the first dungeon first, and then you come here. But I have 3 bottles. I went into this side patch of Kakariko, like in the bottom left corner, where there's that huge patch of grass where the chicken hangs out. And I always smack the chicken like 2 times every time I'm going through that grass. I got 3 bees in there, and one of them was a golden bee.
What?
And I'm like, that RNG is never gonna happen again in my lifetime playing this.
Yeah,
I made it quick. I think it was like 400 out of it. I've gotten 2 golden bees so far.
Oh wow,
that's crazy.
How much does he pay for the golden ones?
3 hundo.
3 hundo?
Mm-hmm. That's 6 bees.
Yeah,
that's a lot of bees. Okay. Definitely got to keep a jar open for the bees then, just in case I find a golden one. Speaking of chickens, though, you said you hit a chicken twice. Have we talked in depth about the chicken game?
No.
That game
was fun.
Okay, I'm glad one of us thinks so.
I was in the middle.
Listen, I failed the first 2 levels once before I beat them, so it was a wash. Like, I went in, lost once, paid the second fee, and then won, which gives you back double your money. So then I was just back to where I started. Did the same thing with the second level. 3rd level, I think I lost 5 times at least. I was out 100 rupees by the time I was done, even after winning. Like, it was just disgusting. And I was very frustrated. I'm pretty sure I tried more than 5 times, so I don't know how that math worked out, but I walked out of there feeling pretty miserable. But I got my heart piece, and I was like, all right, I'll deal. We'll find the stuff somewhere else. It should be okay. But yeah.
I was the same on the first two, where like I lost each the first two once and then won exactly as much money as I spent back. And I beat the hardest difficulty on the third try, which I think also wound up pretty much giving me exactly my money back.
Hey, so did I. I think does it cost
It costs 50 to try
20,
the
30,
highest.
50?
Yeah, 20, 30, 50.
Get, I think,
For the highest level, you
right?
get 150 back, yeah. So I got the 150 and I got the heart piece, and I think I was at like 380 rupees at that point, but I showed up with like 580 maybe. So like, I think I lost more than that. I think I lost 7 times at least, if that math works out. It was a lot of times.
I showed up with over $2,000. I was just like, take 100.
Man.
Okay.
So I looked it up because you unlock endless level after you beat Rooster level. And I was like, okay, do you get something for this? So I looked it up. And so it says you cost you 10 rupees.
Mm-hmm.
If you withstand cuckoos for 100 seconds, you'll get rupees as a prize. It doesn't say how many rupees, but it does say every few minutes the amount of rupees if Link is hit by any cuckoo increases. So you get more rupees as time goes on. And then if the timer reaches 999.99 seconds, she actually stops the game and she congratulates you. She gives you the title of Cuckoo Master and 3,000 rupees. And then a large cuckoo appears outside of the ranch and only comes out throwing hearts at Link if he gets close and talks to it. Yeah. So you get the title of Cuckoo Master.
So this is like
how many minutes is that?
This is a spoof of the Swordmaster game in Wind Waker in a way. Where if you max out his counter, he's like, now you're a Swordmaster.
That's over 10 minutes. 360 is 6 minutes. That's almost 20 minutes of dodging cuckoos straight.
Yeah. I don't know what the difficulty level is of it, but I don't want to. It's probably Rooster.
I don't want to do that.
No, that's nuts.
Like that's like finding all the Koroks. Like I'll never do it. Like it's too much for me. It's too much for me. I don't want to be Cuckoo Master.
16 minutes and 39 seconds.
I only have to. You know what? In Ocarina of Time, I only have to catch 7 of them joints, and everyone's like, "You're pretty much the best there is." And I gotta dodge nothing to do that. I'm gonna stick with that one. I don't wanna dodge Cuckoos for 20 minutes straight. That sounds miserable.
It does sound awful, especially because 30 seconds is hard enough.
Right? Yeah. Forget about it.
At the end of it, I was like, okay, good. We're good. Yeah.
But get another heart piece.
Get another heart piece. Get another heart piece. Be on our way. So yeah. That was one mini game. I haven't found any other mini games really, other than that one.
I found 2
there's
more.
Rupee Rush.
Yeah, there's Rupee Rush.
Okay.
That's to the left of the Cuckoo place.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's open until you beat 2 dungeons.
It's open after the first dungeon.
Do you need like a certain item to get to it?
Yeah. So Tower of Hera or the other one. You have to beat 2, like Cameron said, to open Cocoa Rush.
But there's no specific item you actually need. You just have to beat 2 dungeons.
Okay.
And it's pretty simple. You give so many rupees, I think it's like 20. And then she's like, you have 30 seconds to go out and get as many rupees as you can in this area. But if you don't get back to me before 30 seconds, you lose and I take all of them.
Oh,
so you have to be
you
have to be very time aware.
Gotcha.
I ended up, and it was crazy. I looked at her like she was nuts because I got back with 6 seconds on the clock, which is like pretty decent. And she goes, "You had so much time left." I'm like, "You trying to scam me right now?" I had so much time left. Like you wanted me to run out of time, so you keep my rupees.
Like, hey, I got here on time. Like that's all I care about. I'm walking away with these rupees now.
Game twice, and I took an L both times. And I won on my first time at 674.
What constitutes winning?
I came back at 4 seconds.
Like how many rupees?
And you
spend?
I think you pay 20 to get in. You have to get more than 20 to win, but you don't get anything special for winning. All she does is just go, "Oh, congrats! You made money. 4 rupees in 30 seconds." I'm like, I could catch a B.
in 30 seconds. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
They're giving you options to make rupees. Like, if you're good at the chicken game, it's a decent way to make rupees. I'm just not good at it, so I'm probably not going to use that method. Rupee Rush sounds interesting. Still don't know if I'll use that. I mean, bee catching makes sense. The thing is, I got like 1,500 rupees, and I haven't really done the whole bee grind. So, like, what? I'm gonna wait until I see what I need, and then make my decisions on how I get the rupees. It should be fine. Right now, Ravio won't even let me spend the money. So we should probably get back to the mountain, huh? So we make it up the rest of this mountain. I really don't think that there's a whole lot left to talk about. There's Moldorms. There's all the enemies you talked about. There's Tetras, right? Is that what they're called in this game? Tektites.
Something like that.
We got Tektites.
Tektites.
Yeah. Tetra was a pirate queen. This is Tektites. It's different.
And we got Lionels.
Blue Tektites on a red mountain. And we do have Lionels, but not unless you overshoot the dungeon. Like, you know,
just the tiniest of bits.
Yeah, like if you go past the dungeon, there's Lionels. We could talk about the Lionels. I think I want to cover the dungeon first, then we'll talk about the misadventures that happened afterwards. Because that's what it was for me. So yeah, this is the Tower of Hera. It is the only way to go is up, and there's a couple of unique mechanics, mostly revolving around the hammer. This is where we find our turtles that we can flip around. Like, we flip them over by smashing the ground near them. There's also these buttons with like faces on them. Yeah, that we can smash with the hammer, and they get temporarily pressed down. But the pressure's just too great. Buttons. We step on them, and then they pop and send us flying up into the air. Rarely do you have to like time them properly because they move. For the most part, they're stationary, and that's like the main gimmick here is jumping up floors.
Sometimes you do have to time them.
Yeah, definitely a couple times where they make you do that.
So yeah, this is just like a straight vertical dungeon, except for occasionally on a couple floors you go outside of the dungeon and kind of go around it on a floating platform to get somewhere, and it's just up and up.
So the one treasure, like after we got done with the Eastern Palace, that treasure hunting thing that we could do by turning flat, and it was just like a staircase of blocks. That was actually kind of like a training for this. And I feel like this one is kind of showing you like, hey, we know that you know how to traverse vertical things, not like sticking to walls, sticking to blocks, whatever. We're going to make you do it on the fly. Like, we're going to put you on a platform, and then suddenly there's just going to be a wall. And you got to figure out that, oh, I got to stick to that wall before this platform just kind of slides underneath it, and I have nowhere to be. And then like get around the wall and get back on the platform on the other side. They throw that at you a few times on this dungeon, where that's the thing. They're like, here's your new platforming mode. Moving platform, you would just get scraped off of it unless you stick to the wall and do the thing. So I was definitely caught off guard the first time they did it, but I didn't fall. Like, I hit it and like made it and it was fine. And then every other time it happened, like every time I got onto a moving platform, my brain was just like, all right, where's the wall? Like, when's it coming? It's probably going to be here soon. We'll see. So, I mean,
I think the second one of those treasure hunter rooms also kind of trains you for this, because there are moving platforms and you have to kind of get on the wall and pop off onto the platform at the right time. And if you get stuck in the wall and the platform doesn't come up, then you just pop out and fall and have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like the next stage of the first one. Then if you do it, it really prepares you for what you're about to do, which is, having to time the wall mechanic and do it in a certain time frame in order to have it work out the way you need it to.
Yeah. So some other things about this dungeon, the little bumper dudes are back. The actual bumpers are back, but the little dudes that like look like they have a blue balloon for a head that just kind of like walk around like a lampstand that figured out it could move its feet.
The Mario Beetles?
No, I think those are the turtles I was talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, the blue beetles that got like the turtle shell on their head. They look like
I see them as
beetles.
I think they look like light bulb heads.
Right. Yeah, I think I agree with Cam more than I don't see a beetle when I see these things because they stand way too vertical. But maybe
these things annoy me.
Yeah,
hat beetle. The actual like Link's Awakening version of them look a lot more like an actual turtle than they look like turtles and they're called beetles.
Okay.
So weird.
I don't know.
But yeah, they were they actually knocked me down all the way from like if you get to the top of that first initial like climb, they're at the top of it, and I was just nailing them down, and then one of them actually came from behind me. When I hit one, I like bounced into him, and then I bounced into the giant bumper that's at the top.
Oh yeah, the giant bumpers are crazy. I mean, there was one room that was like it was almost like a D-pad shaped platform, and there was a bumper on every button for some reason, and a big bumper in the middle. And I was like, "What is this? Like, why are we doing this?" I survived it, knocked everybody else off the platform, and was like, "All right, now we got to find where we're going." But there wasn't anything super novel about this dungeon other than the buttons that shot you into the next level up. And I think what I found on this mountain in general is that there was a lot of verticality for the sake of showing off the 3DS's 3D feature. Because like here and in a mine that we'll talk about after, there was a lot of that like, oh, I can like see something that's way below me and I kind of can tell where I'm going to fall if I jump through this hole or if I jump off this platform. But it's like super zoomed out compared to how they would have normally handled that in an actual 2D, like in a Link to the Past, they would have never even tried that because it wouldn't have made sense on screen.
There was, I don't know if you would call it novel, but there was a way that we used a mechanic that we haven't used it in this game before, which was those switches that bring up like the colored walls. We had to actually like stand on the wall and use it to gain some height in a couple places, which we haven't had to do in this game yet. Right. Not a new mechanic to like Zelda, but a new way to use a mechanic in this game so far.
There was one point where I was like, well, I have all the items, so I can hit this with the bow or with the boomerang or whatever, or with a hook shot, what have you. But I had the thought of like, if I had just got the hammer and showed up, would I actually be able to hit this switch and do what I was supposed to do here, or would I have had to leave? Would I have to leave and go get something and come back? Because like, there was one where the switch was far enough away from those blocks where I was like, I don't think I could hit this with my sword if I had to. And I was just super grateful that I had what I needed because I was like, I mean, I'm good, but it did occur to me, like, what if I didn't have a ranged item right now? Would I have to completely like leave halfway through this dungeon just to go get another item and come back? Because that would have been a pain.
There was a part like that because you have to assume the game would think you'd still have the bow.
Right. That's, considering they do give you the bow and you didn't die in between. Yeah,
that would be if you die and lose it, that's like the point where it's like, is the dungeon incompletable now? But they would probably assume that every time you die, you would just go rent the bow again because it's like, well, if that was the first dungeon item, they might require it in all subsequent dungeons at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
One would assume. What I really liked about this dungeon was on the actual tower portion of it, when we get outside, there's a bunch of moving platforms that sort of encircle the tower and go in a 360 around the tower, and it lets you see the different, like the front side of the tower, and then it goes to the side, and you have to kind of use your ability to hug the tower and go in circles. And I really liked this part because they actually put like little drawings of rupees and hearts on the sides of the tower, and you could use your verticality to kind of climb and declimb. And I honestly was just going like in circles around the tower as like a painting hugging it.
Yeah,
it was so much fun. So like that's something they've never done before. Like A Link to the Past never did verticality.
Yeah.
It was just straight up, you're just a dude on the ground. So this game introduced like going up on the Z-axis, and this was so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they definitely handled that pretty well in this one. Remember, there was at least one small key that you had to like bust open the floor with the hammer and fall down to get, and then make your way back up to where you were to open the door. So that was cool. The thing is, like, we're still in the first 3 dungeons of the game, so these should all, in theory, be pretty easy for players like us who've gone through A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
To the point where when we get to the final boss of this one, surprise, it's Moldorm. But it's an easier version of Moldorm. Like, to me, this was a much easier fight than A Link to the Past. A Link to the Past, that Moldorm knocked me off like multiple times, and I had to do like the whole loop back up to the boss room and start over. I didn't get knocked off once this time. I just and I was pretty aggressive with it too. Like, I would hit it once, it would start spinning, and I would actually run right up to it and wait and see which way it was going to move. And if it was towards me, I would just like take 2 steps to the left and then swing when the tail went by. And I just kept doing that, and I won. And I was like, all right, like, even when it got like super red and steaming, like I pretty much was able to just keep that pattern going. And it was a 1-shot boss. So I got done with that. I was like, that is not the fight I expected to have. Like, I really thought this was going to be more of a struggle. So this game seems to me to play a lot smoother and a lot easier than A Link to the Past did.
Isn't there like less place? I think there's less area for you to fall off in this fight too, because isn't the one you fight him in A Link to the Past, you're on like a floating platform that you can fall off all around the outside and the middle?
Yeah.
And in this game, there's like one kind of small-ish hole on the side of the arena that if you don't even go near it, you don't even really have the threat of falling off. So they made it a lot easier to not get knocked off.
The outside was, they have like rails up on the outside? I thought the outside was open too. Like, you could fall off the outside still.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Because they have like pumpkins that you can use to
pop back up. Yeah, the whole floor underneath was just a bunch of pumpkin buttons to hit you back up. And I don't know
I
if
never
it
got close to the edge, so I guess I just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know if it reset the boss either. Like, I think if you got him angry and then you fell off and you go back up, he'd still be angry. But I didn't test that because I didn't have to. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it just seemed a lot easier to me.
So I didn't fall off, but it just took forever to get him in a position. I think is it like 5 times you have to hit him? And it's not 3 like it normally.
Something like 5, 5 or 6.
It was a lot, and it was like
the last few times.
I think he had like 3 different color changes, and each one you had to hit him like twice to trigger it. So like you had to hit him a good number of times.
Yeah,
like I remember sitting there being like,
was hard.
Why aren't you dead yet?
Yeah. It was hard just getting him in a position where he was able to be hit. Because I was just scared. I'm like, I don't want to fall off and start, I didn't know how long the process would be getting back up. Clearly, from looking at the pictures now, it's just as simple as hitting the pumpkin button and getting back up there. But yeah, it was hard getting him in position. It took a while for me to actually like just get him on the last hit because he was just so fast. He wasn't showing his tail at all to me. I even tried to hit him with the hammer. It wasn't working.
Yeah.
My experience fell somewhere in between both years because I didn't get like a whole process down like Fonz. I just I was going off of instinct the entire time. But like I think the very last hit, maybe the last 2, I kind of just sat there and waited for him to get into a convenient spot for me, which might have taken like 20 seconds before I just walked up a couple steps and smacked his tail on the way by.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. Can we talk about how this guy looks like a Krabby Patty?
Oh yeah, they really did up the burgerness of him in this one. Like right. they gave him sesame seeds.
I know,
and like they made the outside like actually look like lettuce. It was so weird.
He's got like 2 little like olive like toothpick things coming out of his front eyes.
It's like they heard the criticism of like everybody saying that Moldorm looks like a cheeseburger, and they were like, "Let's do it. Let's just make him look like a burger." Because why not?
Go all in on the burger. What kind of burger is Moldorm, though? Right?
Yes.
I'm gonna say he's a stuffed burger with mac and cheese stuffed inside of the burger, which I know the look on Fonz's face, but I had one at a place nearby, and it's delicious.
That's not the direction I thought that you would take that question, is what's my face was. Nope. Like, you're making fine. It sound good. Like, Moldorm's like a tasty burger. I thought Moldorm was going to be like...
His name has mold in it, and orm, like worm. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the little macaroni things inside mac and cheese kind of like made me think worm-ish looking. And like elbow macaroni.
Made with, bacteria.
And some of it's moldy and you're meant to eat it that way. You just don't normally have lettuce on those burgers, I don't think. Usually it's just the burger and the bun. I don't know how lettuce really mixes. I mean, lettuce can go with almost anything, but
this is all bad. Hey, can you stop sending me notifications? I think they're going to make it into the podcast audio.
Yeah, all these badoops, my guy.
Yeah, I sent in the chat a Moldorm from the original Legend of Zelda. So this is like the illustrated what Nintendo thought Moldorm looked like in the original Legend of Zelda, which he is a character. He's an enemy in the original Legend of Zelda. He's just a straight up worm.
Okay, I'll have to check my phone.
I got that.
Literally an earthworm. And then I sent the cheeseburger version. And it's just so funny. You talk about glow up, turn it into a worm to a burger.
The original, it was like from Arrakis. Like, what is this first original worm art? It looks nothing like anything.
That's the original Moldorm illustration.
And now everyone can see. There's a little bit of color bleed, but you can definitely see the burgerness factor has been increased by approximately 927%.
Yeah. A lot. He had a glow up.
Much more burger than before. Yeah, no, I thought you were going to say that he was like some kind of demonic, like, Hylian meat burger. Like...
Nah.
Given that he's a boss monster living on top of the mountain.
Kentucky Fried Cuckoo Burger.
There you go. Spicy McCuckoo. My favorite.
Moldorm filet.
And so we get our power pendant, our pendant of power for defeating Moldorm. With, very little explanation. I guess it does say that it makes you feel powerful to get it. And then we're kind of sent on our way after that. And
don't really feel that powerful.
No. I mean,
it still takes like 30 hits to beat down the enemy we're about to talk about.
Right. So when you leave this tower, I mean, go ahead and save your game like I did. And that's going to be important in a minute. And then you can start making your way to the right to check out a sign says that Rosso's ore mine is over this way. At least I believe that's what it says. It's the ore mine, or is it a...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the ore mine.
Yeah. Pointing you to east.
Yeah, right. Pointing to east. So you go over there, there's like maybe one of those little rock dudes, and you're like, yeah, this is nothing. And then you find a bridge, and the bridge requires the hook shot to cross. So you cross it, and you're like, well, I do have every item from Ravio, so I guess I can go this way. And immediately on the other side of the bridge is a Lionel. And this is a fire-breathing Lionel. It kind of has a big old sweeping flame pattern. The first one I came across, I didn't give it a chance to attack me. I just slashed it until it was stuck in a corner and then stun locked it until it was dead, which did take a very many hits.
Yes.
And
like, that's way more than I would have thought. I was like 10 max, and it's like, oh, try triple that, my guy. I'm just sitting here like, it's been 20 seconds of spamming the B button. When you gonna die, though?
Yeah. So as I was doing that, I definitely had the thought, like, maybe I'm not supposed to go this way yet. Like, this seems wrong. But I was too curious. And so I continued my journey to the east, and I found Rosso's ore mine, or at least what I thought was Rosso's ore mine. I went into it, and the sign said, "No, you still have a ways to go, like, but it is through here." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I get into this moving platform challenge. There's lava at the base of this volcano that I seem to be a mile above. Like, it's just way down in the background, kind of blurry down there. There's lava. You can tell because it's red and glowing. There's also other platforms floating around down there. And the first time the platform I was on moved out, I saw one way down. I was like, well, surely there's one for me to walk onto up at my level. No, the platform kind of moved back to where it started. And upon moving back out again, I was like, yeah, this wants me to jump down to that platform. And so we did. I jumped down. I was like, I just fought the stupid, overpowered Lionel before I came in here. But they won't put one in here, right? No, they put two in here on the same platform with no like places to stun lock them. I don't know if you can knock them off the platform. I didn't really try.
Knock them off the platform, yeah.
Okay, so I started fighting one, took some damage. Didn't realize that if they hit you with the fire, you lose at least 3 hearts.
3 hearts? It isn't not even fire. If you just walk into them, you lose 3 hearts.
And I only had 6 hearts at this point. So second I took that second hit, I used up my fairy, and I was like, all right, this is no good. They hit me one more time as I was trying to escape, and I think I had half a heart left. When I got onto the platform of safety, which is what, you can call this one because this isn't the dangerous one. I jumped down to another moving platform because that's what you do here.
So, we're talking you went to the right because you can actually go in 3 different directions from the Lionel platform.
I didn't read the sign about which way I was supposed to go, so I actually went down. And don't worry, I didn't make it. So this platform takes me over to the left, and I jump down onto like a platform that has some keys, I think. And I was like, that wasn't too bad. And then the next platform took me through some spike traps. And the spike trap, I dodged the first one skillfully and face planted into the second one and straight up died. And I was like, that ain't going to work because I don't want to pay Ravio for all this. So instead of letting the repo bird come and take all my things, I turned off my 3DS and turned it back on.
Cheater.
Good thing you saved.
He's cheating.
And I saved right before I came this way. I think after the Lionel fight on top of the mountain, I told myself, hey, this area is probably beyond my level, but I want to see if there's something over here I can get to. And if anything goes wrong, I'm just going to turn it off. So I kind of already told myself this was going to happen. And it is what happened. And I did cheat. I did the save scum. I'm a save, scrubber.
Or shame.
Pretty sure there's
I just didn't want to pay another 250 rupees to get all my items back.
I mean, that's fair.
Pretty sure at the bottom of the, like when you get to the ore mine area, there's a great fairy that can heal you in the corner.
There is, yeah. And that was clutch for me because when I went to the right the first time, then you start getting into the platforms that you have to make the jump while they're lining up. They don't just stop at the perfect point where it's like, oh, this is an obvious jump. They're like, they move past each other. And it's like, if you time it off by just a second or two, it just moves past where you're jumping to.
And you fall in lava.
By the time... And the second one specifically on that side is I couldn't make the way the game wanted me to. I ended up skipping a platform and falling to the one underneath that one because I just couldn't make that jump. It would never line up right for me because one's moving this way and the other one's moving this way. So by the time I got close enough that he could actually make it to that platform, it was never at a place where he would actually make it. It was always moving away, whether I waited for it to go back or while it's going forward. Yeah. I just couldn't make it. But the one underneath that one was easier to hit for me, so I skipped it. But point being, by the time I got out of that mine dealing with the Lionels and falling in the fire multiple times, I had half a heart.
Yeah.
I didn't have to save scum, but that great fairy healed all of my HP because I was on the verge of death by the time I found it.
Yeah.
Same. It's actually like It's I think you go up in the volcano, but there's actually a spot where you have to use pumpkin platforms to jump up onto moving platforms. And
the left side.
Yeah. And when you get to the very, very like last few platforms of those, you have to basically hit the hammer on a moving pumpkin platform and launch yourself onto a moving platform that's going in the opposite direction. And so you have to time the hammer strike onto the platform and the amount of seconds it takes for that to pop back up with you on it onto the other platform that's coming at you. And I think there's 2 of those. And I don't know if it's a heart piece or like 100 rupees, but
it's a heart piece.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
The last one is really hard where you get up to the heart piece because that platform is moving about 2 times as fast as all the rest of them in the volcano. So if you're used to timing the button based on the regular pace of the things, that one throws you off because that one's moving a lot faster.
I don't think I went to the left yet because I don't remember doing any of that. I like the second time I went in because I tried again. I just went to the right and I made it through no problem. Like I definitely like fell into the lava maybe 2 or 3 times trying to go down. But I came out pretty healthy still and then checked out Rosso's ore mine. Found out that it was like just a loop. Got real frustrated about that because I'm like, why did I just risk everything for a loop of nothing? I was like, I kept reading the signs. It was like, oh yeah, Rosso's ore mine this way, Rosso's ore mine this way. And then it occurred to me, like, oh no, I'm in Rosso's ore mine. It's just an area with rocks and 1 Lionel. Like this is silly. Like this is nonsense. And then going back into the lava area, I found my way to this bouldering guy, which was cool, but he didn't have anything for me at the time because whatever he's there for, I didn't have. So I found him. He was standing on a platform. He was like, wow, you made it here. That's really difficult to do. And then he said, hey, something weird's happened at the castle. It looks like a weird blurry image. Like, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't really have what I need to get back down right now. So I guess I'm just going to have to sit here and wait. And then that was the end of our conversation. I was like, glad we could talk. You didn't tell me what you needed. You didn't.
That's really funny.
You didn't give me anything for being here. You just congratulated me on bouldering.
It's really funny. He says he doesn't have what he needs because I'm not going to go through the whole story because I think we're covering it next time. But he literally has like a sprained ankle or a broken ankle or something. Like something's wrong with his ankle. Like he's not getting back down. So it's like the fact he says he doesn't have what he needs, not that the fact that he's like, oh, I have a broken ankle, is like the thing he uses. It's just really funny.
And slight spoiler, the thing that he needs would not help a sprained or broken ankle in the slightest. Not at all. Absolutely not. That's like someone going, oh, my ankle's sprained. Give me a bottle of water. My guy will be fine.
At least I know that when I come back to actually visit this guy for real, there's actually a heart piece here that I need to get as well. So I guess backtracking will be worth it. But for now, I did a save scrub just to find a ring of nothing. So, part of me felt like that was fair. I was like, I didn't really get rewarded for doing this.
Rupees, so
yeah, Lionel's either drop a red rupee or monster guts. And I don't know what the monster guts are used for.
I got purple rupees.
I got some.
Did drop a 50.
Support in my chat said minor hack. I'll allow it. So, I got that going for me. At least one person supporting.
I have a feeling that there's something under one of those big rocks down there that's useful, but I don't remember anything about it because it's been so long since I played this game. But I have a feeling underneath one of those big rocks is going to be something we need at some point when we can move those.
Yeah, I'm actually getting kind of frustrated that I can't move them yet. I'm wondering if that's an upgrade to an item that we just haven't gotten yet. Speaking of that, though.
Speaking of upgrades,
we should probably talk about that because we got introduced to that. I found the character that does that this time around. Yeah. Because, you buy all the things from Ravio and then there's like a bomb wall not far from your house. Cam, have you run into this character yet?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
You've been to the lake and you didn't open. Okay. Do you want a spoiler or do you want us to save it?
No, talk about it.
Let's
hear it.
Cool. So somewhere near the entryway to the lake area, there is a cave that has two, it looks like eyes stuck in the wall above it. And there's like a sign that says no bombs, please do not destroy this area or something. Like we patched this up. There's a crazy monster in here. Don't do it. So of course you blow up the wall. You blow up the rock to get into see this crazy monster. And this is Mother Mai Mai. Mother Mai Mai. Mai Mai. Yeah. What did I said Mai Mai? It's like M-A-I-A-M-A-I? Maya Mai?
And I love what she says when you first talk to her. She says, my oh my. Like an exclamation, but like, my oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Said your name. Like, what are you doing?
To me, this sounds like Mother May I, which is like a children's game. Like, that's what I got out of it, even though it's not related at all to what you do with this character. But Mother Mai Mai sends you on a mission to find all of her lost children, who are the Maya Mais. And the Maya Mais are everywhere across Hyrule. Here's the fun thing. She gives you a map to find them. It tells you how many of them are in each area. But I think we've kind of buried the lead here, because just to kind of throw this out there, Maya Mai is like a blooper crab octopus monster with a big old shell. Like not a Hylian. We're talking like a giant octo, basically. She says that her and her children have been traveling across all of the different worlds, meaning that this is a multidimensional being that has just kind of landed in the land of Hyrule for the purpose of this game, clearly, and is sending you off to find her 100 children. The thing about that is that she tells you that there's 100 of her children to find, and then she gives you the numbers of how many are in Hyrule.
They don't add up.
And there's only 55 in Hyrule. At least that, according to the map, there's only 55. So the other 45 either aren't unlocked yet, or we're going to find later in the game. Or like she's going to add to the number or something. We'll figure that out, I guess, when it comes to it. But that's the grand mystery of the Maya Mais for now. Is there's only 55 on the map for her 100 kids that we're supposed to find.
How does that correlate to upgrades? Because that was the segue.
Good question. All right. So upgrades, every time you find 10 of these Mai Mais and bring them back to Mother Mai Mai, she will, at this point in the game, she will store an upgrade for you. So, because the problem is that she can only upgrade something that you actually own. No rentals allowed. So every 10 Mai Mais, you earn an upgrade, but we can't use the upgrades yet.
I was so mad because I found 15 of them already, and I came back, and I was so ready.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what she even gave. I just wanted to go see what she was going to give. And then she's like, I can upgrade your stuff. And I'm like, choice. And then she's like, oh, but you're renting. So sorry. You got to own.
Yeah, right? So from what I remember from playing this game before, these upgrades are no joke. Like you think like, hey, this is going to be like some silly little whatever. No, the game's like, hey, you can have these items as early as you can rent them from Ravio. So we're not going to bar you as to what they can do. Like I remember specifically like the fire rod, for example. Like when you use it normally, it shoots out like a little tiny fireball, whatever. You upgrade it and it makes like a fire cyclone that like wipes out half your screen. Like it's stupid. So like I'm looking forward to that, to actually upgrading things. I mean, it really doesn't matter the order that you upgrade them because none of them get critical function from the upgrade. Like you don't have to upgrade anything to beat the game. It's really just to have more fun, which is amazing. Like that's some video game type stuff that I'm very into. Let's just make your items into like rocket launchers, because why not?
I like that.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. Making the choice as to what to upgrade and when is difficult because I know like some of them turn into really cool things and some of them are like, yeah, it's just stronger. So when Mother My can, when we finally do own our stuff, I'll be coming back here immediately.
Yeah. And they're in some of the weirdest places too. Like I was going through, I want to say it was either one of the item shops or maybe the miner shop. But you hear the noise in the overworld maps. You hear like it's nearby. And it was stuck to the building.
Yeah.
But on the back side of the building. So I like hugged to the wall of the house and then I went around to the back side of the house and it was stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
And so I like unstuck myself and I went and I tried to pull it off and you can't pull it off. So you go back to the wall and you pop it out.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
Pretty much a good number of the Mai-Mais are hiding in that fashion. They're on a wall and you have to be flat and go behind them on the wall and then unstick yourself and you actually like pop them off the wall by doing that. A lot of them are in water. You just have to like get into the water and dive once you get the flippers, which we haven't talked about yet. Some of them I think are in trees, which is surprising because we don't have a way to interact with trees yet. And yeah, so like you first identify the chirp and then you got to figure out where they're actually hiding and then get them. There's a couple that I've seen that were just out of reach and I didn't have a way to get to them yet. And I just have to deal with that reality. But I think I've gotten like 13 so far. So that's, it's good.
I've got the tree killer 9,000.
Okay.
You get it in the, I mean, technically we're already supposed to have it if you do the first dungeon, or if you do the lake dungeon first.
Oh, we didn't do the lake dungeon first, so we don't have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, cool. So we got our second dungeon down. Few little side things. By the way, those Mai-Mais don't show up until you meet Mother Mai-Mai, so they're everywhere. Like you've already walked by their locations, they're just not there yet. But yeah, good stuff. Definitely took some side tangents and stuff, but some of that led me into like what is actually critical path for other dungeons. So I don't think I need to talk about them this episode. And so this might just end up being a shorter episode. Is there any other like observations or new things that you guys like want to talk about before we close this episode out? Because we're coming up on it now.
I mean, there's a lot I want to talk about, but I don't think we get to it yet.
Okay. That's fair.
There is the, I think you can get to them, but there's another mini game off to the way east, past the Eastern Palace. I don't know the name of the mini game, but it's a racing game. So you have to like race a guy, or you don't race anyone. You go to talk to him, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" And he's like, "You want to do a race?" And then you say, "Yeah." He gives you 20. You pay 20 rupees to get into the race, and then he kind of looks down at your shoes, and he's like, "You gonna race in them boots?" And then you're like, "I mean, yeah." He's like, "All right."
Oh no.
Yeah, we lost him.
I think we lost Mayo.
So I did find this exact same guy, and yeah, he kind of mocks your shoe wear and goes, "You gonna do that in those shoes?"
Right. Yeah.
Like, really? He's like, "I wouldn't if I were you, but if you want to, I'll let you." And I'm like, nah.
My dude hits us with the, "What are those?"
My back.
Oh yeah, you're back. All right.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
We summoned you back with the, "What are those?"
Yeah,
what are those?
What are those?
He calls you out for having Yeezys. Or not having Yeezys, I guess.
He calls you out for having Crocs. He goes, "Man, those things, they ain't got no traction, my guy. Like, what are those?"
Don't worry, I'm going to put them in sport mode.
But,
that's what we got.
Yeah, this race is crazy. So he gives you 75 seconds, I think. and I did it in 74. You have to go all the way from East Hyrule all the way to behind the miner's house.
Okay.
In 75 seconds. And it seems like a lot of time.
Did you win better shoes?
No. You get the better shoes from a different way, but...
Oh, okay.
But
you did it. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, with 1 second left. The first time I failed, because I went into like a few like dead ends that you don't need to go to, and like if you really don't know where you're going through Hyrule, you're not gonna. And that's the beginner level. I unlocked intermediate after I beat that.
Does it at least do the courtesy thing of like if you fail, you can just get kind of zipped back to the beginning to try again? You don't have to okay. Because there have been games where it's like, oh, you failed, make your way back here to try again if you want, and it's like, thanks, game.
Yeah. All right. It teleports you back to the talker. I guess they're brothers. I don't know. They're bros. They like to race and run real fast. And they like making fun of your shoes.
Yeah.
When I get those better shoes, I'm probably just going to come back here and beat all their different levels of difficulty all at once, like the Cuckoo game. But, after they dissed my shoe wear, I'm like, nah, I ain't even dealing with you guys until I get past that. Like, I can't with you guys right now.
They're pretty rude, honestly. Well, one of them's rude. I don't know about the other brother. He seems pretty chill.
He's like, yo, I'm just an apprentice. Like, you think I can afford better shoes? Like, why you gotta clown on me like this?
It's like walking into a Nike store wearing Adidas. Everyone's just like, guy, you know where you are right now?
All right, let's tie this episode up. I think we're done.
Yep.
But y'all, anyone on the stream, anyone listening later, thank you so much for listening to our episode of A4NB4Y. This has been our episode covering the Tower of Hera. Next episode, we will be getting into the Temple of Gales. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. Who cares? But y'all have a few good weeks, and we will catch you next time on A4NB4Y.
Thanks for watching, everybody, or listening.
I'm still stuck on a mountain. Oh, did you get all that?
Yeah. So, look, your camera just did a random zoom.
It says, watch my guy drink.
With an action-packed sequence. I'm trying to remember, because I definitely did a couple other ones, too. You just trying to make it happen now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's good to know. It's good to know your equipment. The insides and outs.
Yeah.